The City of Fort Collins is working on an update and potential expansion to our community's recycling ordinance. We're researching a number of options, but the decisions will of course be made by Fort Collins City Council, who will discuss this topic on January 19th. One topic we're researching is updates to the existing system for single-family homes. That system, called Pay-As-You-Throw, was passed 20 years ago and has been updated periodically since then. In the Pay-As-You-Throw system, trash and recycling service are bundled together, meaning that when you subscribe to your trash service, you automatically get recycling service. You're not required to use it, but it's included either way. The Pay-As-You-Throw system also requires that your trash bill is based on the volume of trash to which you subscribe. Individual private trash haulers, who provide all the trash and recycling service in Fort Collins, set their own rates for their customers. The city sets the framework that companies use in setting their rates. For example, if the smallest size trash can were $10 per month, the medium-sized trash can would be $20 and the largest would be $30 per month. This system has proven to be very effective and very popular in Fort Collins and has actually become a best practice for communities across the nation. In public feedback we've received so far in this project, people have expressed a preference for continuing having their recycling bundled together with their trash service, so they're not charged a separate fee for recycling. The changes being considered as part of this project that would affect residents of single-family homes include a slight change to the formula for how trash and recycling service are calculated. A second option being considered is whether every trash company should be required to offer yard trimmings collection curbside. Their customers would choose this as a separate option and would pay separately for the service, but no matter which trash hauler you choose, you would have the option of that service. Another option being considered is whether in a few years, yard trimmings and food scraps should also be collected curbside. The Community Recycling Ordinance Project is also considering options for residents of multifamily homes, meaning condos and apartment complexes. Under current ordinances, these locations aren't necessarily required to have recycling service. Since over half of Fort Collins residents live in some form of multifamily housing, some view this as an issue of inequity for residents not having access to recycling just because of the type of housing they live in. Topics being researched include bundling some level of recycling service with trash service for multifamily housing. This wouldn't have an impact on the 68% of multifamily housing that already has recycling, but would provide a base level of recycling service for those that don't have it currently. The Community Recycling Ordinance Project also has a strong focus on increasing business recycling. Like multifamily housing, there are currently no regulations around recycling for the business sector, with the exception of the landfill ban on cardboard and electronics, which apply community-wide. According to our community's haulers, 48% of businesses currently recycle in Fort Collins. Options being researched for the business sector include bundling a certain amount of recycling service in with the trash service, similar to what's worked so well for residents of single-family homes. We certainly recognize that the business sector is not one-size-fits-all, so there would certainly be flexibility in such a system. Another of the options we're considering as part of this project is requiring businesses that generate a significant amount of food waste, including restaurants and grocery stores, to actually compost that food waste. We have great composting options here in northern Colorado, including a biodigester that not only composts the food waste, but also generates natural gas as part of the process. It's very important to compost food waste and other organic materials because if those materials otherwise get sent to the landfill and break down there, they generate methane, which is a really potent greenhouse gas. So in the end, composting food scraps and yard trimmings and other organic materials not only helps us make our waste reduction goals, it also helps us meet our climate action goals. More information about the Community Recycling Ordinance can be found at fcgov.com/recycling. And again, Fort Collins City Council will be considering this topic on January 19th.